You're live. Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone in the internet world. We will get started in just a second. No props or anything unless you want. If you want to grab a drink, though, I have mine. Tonight's special, I have the ingredients. They're kind of small, but vodka club soda with a splash of lemon liqueur. Lime LaCroix. I don't know how you say it. But so about 30 seconds to a minute to get yourself all situated. Make sure you can hear me. Roll out your mat and make yourself cozy. Awesome. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and get started. If you just want to make your way to your yoga mat and just find any kind of comfortable seated position. Just to start with a little bit of stillness here. Wherever you're seated, notice where the body is touching the floor. And see if you can sink in just a little bit more to those parts. Creating a little more heaviness. And then try to feel the opposite sensations of lightness. Maybe it's the head rising up. And then try to draw the awareness to the in-between place, right in the middle of heavy and light. And starting to notice your natural rhythm of breathing. And when you're ready, gently letting the eyes flutter open. You can grab a sip of your drink if you have one nearby. It can be anything you want, wine, a cocktail. I'm trying to finish this bottle of Kettle One behind me. We'll start today just starting by extending the legs out nice and long. And then take a moment just to feel yourself rooted down into those sits bones with the lengthening of the legs. And then just start to fold forward gently here. And again, this isn't about how far you can stretch. There's no perfect pose. It's more about, can you soften right into an edge that starts to rise up? So in the stillness, you start to come up against maybe some tension in the legs, maybe some thoughts in the mind. And just like in that seated meditation, can you find the in-between place? in between the wanting to pull up and out and the softening all the way down. And then once you find that place, really trying to let the mind slow down, coming into that stillness. Since this is the first posture of the night, the sensations might be kind of intense here. So if you've found that in between place, maybe you could walk the fingers out just a little bit further. Just for the next few moments here in this shape. And then when you're ready, gently starting to crawl up and out of the shape. You can walk the hands just a little bit behind the hips here so that you can just open the chest just a little bit. Just to get a little bit of a counter stretch here. You can sway side to side or anything else you need, maybe bending of the knees. Just to feel a reversal of that forward fold. And then we're going to move into a shoelace position here. So that's where we stack the knees one on top of the other. We're going to start with the right leg on top. So really try to draw the knees close together here. And then once you're in that position, the top hip, the top right hip might start to pop up just a little bit. So really try to root down into the ground so that you're pushing into both hips. And then we'll just sit tall here for just a second to feel the legs in this shape. And then we'll take the left arm, we'll reach it up, bend it at the elbow so that the hand is coming down towards the back, and then the elbow point's nice and high. You can grab with the right hand onto that elbow to help you pull it down just a little bit. And you can stop here just to feel that opening of the shoulder here. Or if you'd like to move a little further, you can take that right hand, flip it up the back. I'm going to turn. Flip it up the back so that the fingers start to reach towards each other. And see if you can maybe grab on. And if you can't quite touch, the reaching and then the opening there in the shoulders. And while all this is happening, try not to let that hip lift up. So try to root back down into the right hip there as you sit up tall. I know these first two shapes, like lots of intensity right out the gate, but I promise we'll get to lay down in a minute. So just breathing into the expanse of the shoulders. If you start to feel like the chin is tucking in towards the chest, try to lift it back up so you continue to feel that opening. And even if the fingers can't quite touch, just reaching that hand up the back, you'll still feel some sensations in the right arm. Just a couple more deep breaths. Gently release the arms. You can shake them out if you need. And then readjust the knees if they kind of slipped apart. And then we'll gently start to crawl out over the legs there until you find a place to soften, really feeling the stretch in the hips. Now you can let the upper body start to collapse forward. And finding that sweet spot here where the body is really relaxed. And your concentration, focus on the breathing. If the mind starts to wander, just feeling the inhales and exhales. Just a couple more moments. Really sink in as far as you can. And when you're ready, starting to crawl the hands back. Before you uncross the legs, just take a moment to sit up nice and tall, maybe with the eyes closed. Just feeling those sensations in the legs. And when you're ready, you can gently and carefully uncross them. Whew. Sometimes coming out of the shape is more intense than sitting in the shape. You can bend the knees, place the feet on the floor, take those hands back for just a little chest opener. And then windshield wiper the knees kind of side to side there. Just a little counter stretch, undoing that deep fold and that twist of the legs. And then when you're ready, the left leg will go on top this time. Really trying to stack those knees. And the left hip might start to rise up, so try to root it back down into the yoga mat. Sitting up nice and tall, just allowing the hips to settle here. The right arm starts to reach up and down the back, elbow pointed towards the sky. You can grab onto that elbow to help you reach that hand down just a little bit further. And then when you're ready, gently let the left hand come behind the back, reaching up towards the fingers. You may notice a difference between one side and the other. Wherever you found yourself, try to let the chest and chin lift up. And remember to root down into the left hip. Maybe letting the sensation in the arms distract you from whatever's going on down in the legs. Just a couple more moments here. Gently releasing the hands, shaking the arms out if you need. Readjusting those knees so that they're stacked right on top of each other. And then starting to make your way forward by crawling the fingers out in front of you. And allowing the upper body to soften over the left leg here. The chin can drop towards the chest and the eyes may close. Just to help you sink in for the next few minutes. Just a couple more breaths. Gently starting to walk the hands back towards you. And again, just rooting the hips down, the eyes can close. We'll just take one moment to sit here feeling the twist of the legs and the lengthening of the spine, sitting up tall. And then when you're ready, very carefully uncrossing the legs. Bending the knees, placing the feet flat on the floor. The hands can walk behind you just a bit. And just a moment to let go of those sensations. I keep forgetting to drink. Everybody take a sip if you haven't been. And then we'll take another forward folding shape out of Konasana or butterfly, the feet together, knees apart. This will be a different sensation in the hips here. And before you crawl forward, try to just sit up tall here. Notice if you can let the knees just flop out and relax. And if you feel some gripping or holding on in the hips, try to just let them go. And then when you're ready, gently starting to walk the hands forward. And then once you find that edge as you're folding forward, start to crawl the hands now over to the right. So really just crawling, trying to keep that distance. I'm going to crawl so much to the right that your knee is being magnetized towards your, no, not your knee, your nose is being magnetized towards your right knee. And if you're in this shape and that left hip starts to fly forward, really try to push down through the left hip as you kind of twist forward in this little stretch here. You can also really feel the feet pressing together. In yoga, there are two words, sthira and sukha, and they mean steadiness and ease. And the goal of our yoga practice is to kind of find that sweet spot right in the middle of the two. When you're ready, you can gently start to crawl the hands back to the center. Just pausing in the middle for a moment. And then starting to gently crawl yourself over to the left. Feeling that little twist, maybe a stretch through the right ribs. And then if that hip is starting to fly up, really try to root down, pressing the soles of the feet together firmly. Sthira and sukha. Steadiness and ease. So for the next few moments, really try to surrender into the ease. If you find that you're pushing away or gripping or holding on, maybe clenching the jaw or holding the breath, try to let it go and relax. And then can the mind be steady, still and quiet, fighting the urge to scratch or wiggle? And gently starting to walk the hands back to the middle. Maybe crawling the fingers out just a little bit more. And softening forward now with that lightness. In these last few moments, can you find the strength, the power, the determination for a strong mind that's still and quiet? And can you find the softness and surrender as the body releases and lets go? And then when you're ready, gently pulling the knees together, sitting up nice and tall. Again, take those hands behind you and then a windshield wiper of the knees side to side just to release any stuck energy or sensation in the legs. I know. I keep forgetting the drinking part. Once you sit up, drink. Usually I'm really good at it. And we're going to come to our stomachs for a Sphinx pose here. After all of those forward folds, you can grab a straw if you need. And this shape here, just placing the elbows right underneath the shoulders. Arms are parallel like train tracks. And just to feel some compression in the low back. If you soften so much that the chin is really tucked down and it becomes a strain on the back of the neck, just try to float it up just a little. And when you're ready, we're going to walk the elbows out to the side and lay the upper body down for just a moment. And then pushing into the hands, we'll take the hips up and back for a child's pose. You can stop for a drink along the way. You can take any variation here, so the knees can be close together or you can separate them, which is my favorite. So your big toes are touching behind you, and then just start to crawl yourself forward. You can cross the arms, rest the forehead there. You can reach the arms out long. Wherever it's comfortable for you, or maybe not so comfortable. And again, trying to find that balanced place in the middle of total and complete surrender. But the steady focus of the mind, truly present with each breath. And allowing you to sink even deeper. Just a couple more moments here. And then gently starting to crawl the hands back up. Not forgetting to drink. Can't believe I keep forgetting it. It's because John's not here. We're going to make our way back to our stomach. We'll meet up in a Sphinx pose again with those elbows right underneath the shoulders. Now, if this is plenty for you, you can stay right here. You want to move a little bit deeper, just open up from the elbows, hands to the edges of the mat. So you're kind of making a little wide V with the arms. And then start to push into the hands. It's for seal pose. It's a deeper compression in the low back. It's a little more intense than the Sphinx. And the arms might get a little tired. And wherever you find yourself, you can maybe walk the hands back if you want some more sensation. Or the option to lower down to the forearms back into the Sphinx pose is always there. And this is one of those poses that requires that strength, that steadiness in the arms here as you push into the mat. But then really try to soften the lower half of the body, the abdominals, the low back, the glutes, and the legs. If you're holding or squeezing any of that, really try to let it go here. Drawing your attention to the push into the ground. Focusing on the breathing. And just a couple more breaths. And then you can start to lower yourself down by gently bringing the hands closer together, the elbows down to the mat. You can grab your drink and take a sip. We're going to be laying down for the rest of class. Coming onto the stomach here, you can take the hands together on the mat. Turn the cheek to the head to the right, so the left cheek comes to the back of the hands. And then you'll slide the right leg up. It's a half frog here. So you're kind of making a right angle with the knee and the thigh. And it kind of comes perpendicular to the left leg long. Now just feel the sensation of the hip opening here. If you want to add a little bit of rotation, you can twist the head the other way. And you can let the eyes close. Allow the body to soften. Got about another minute or so. And then when you're ready, gently straightening the right leg behind you. Taking the forehead to the hands, just noticing the differences in the right and left side before you move the left knee up. And gently starting to slide that knee forward. I won't tell if you prop yourself up and grab a drink. Just a few more moments here. Gently straightening that left leg to meet the right behind you. Bringing the forehead to the backs of the hands. Just a moment to let go of any sensations that are still lingering. And then when you're ready, you can just roll yourself right over onto your back. I'm going to turn around. Once you're there, just give yourself a big squeeze of the knees into the chest. And just a gentle rock side to side. We'll just finish here with an easy spinal twist. So let the knees soften to the right and allow the arms to open up. Gently bring the knees to the center and twisting the other way. One more big squeeze of the knees. And any last little movements that your body may need to let go of any of the class tonight. And then when you're ready, stretching the legs out long. Arms resting down by your sides. Feeling the body grounded and heavy in the yoga mat. And taking this final shape of Shavasana here to really let the body rest. I'll wake you in just a minute or two. So allow the eyes to close and take this time for yourself. Taking a big deep breath in and letting it out. You can wiggle the fingers or toes just to bring a little movement in. And you can stop through or move through any shapes as you make your way to a final seated meditation. Sitting up tall and bringing the hands to heart center. Just taking note in our lives where we may be spending too much energy or too much steadiness. I'm trying to infuse those areas of our life with a little more ease. And on the flip side, noticing where we might be too relaxed. I'm trying to fill those places with a little more strength and effort. There's a wise tale about a little girl named Goldilocks. And the goal is to just find the balance where everything is just right. Not too hot, not too cold. Not too hard and not too soft. Inhale to sit up tall. Exhale to bow forward, sealing in your effort tonight. Inhale to sit back up. Exhale, allow the eyes to open. Cheers. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. I hope you're having an awesome Friday. And I will, oh, look at Sundance stretching. And I will see you guys next week. Have a great one. Bye.